Our last thing that we're going to look at is the Accounts tab. And so far we've learned how to add items to our cart, the many ways that we can do that. We've learned how to save an order. We've learned how to approve an order. We've also just learned how to create shopping lists. So the last item on our agenda is the ability to look at some of the other features that we have to offer you by using Live at Work. So we could look at the My Account icon, and we're going to go from top to bottom of these various tabs that are here. So here's your welcome, and it'll have your name, of course, tied to it. And this is where we've placed our user guide. So we click on this, and it says New Website Documentation, and this is where you can find our quick reference guide. So if you've forgotten or forget anything that I've discussed today, the documentation is always tied when you're logged into our site. You can access it. And it's an 18-page brochure, and it steps you through creating an order, whether you're using your desktop quick reference guide or our mobile quick reference guide. Now the beauty of this, again, is, as I mentioned early on, is that you have the ability to use any mobile device. So maybe you started off using your desktop computer in your office, but you're called away and you saved your order. So you get called away, you pull up your phone because you need to continue with your order. You can step right in and continue placing your order to the point where you create the order and check out. So that's the beauty of it, and it walks you through both applications on how you would use the system. It's printable. Of course, you can download it and save it to your desktop as well. Okay, so that is looking at the quick reference guide. User session, we talked about that briefly, but it's worth mentioning again. There are those users who may have two usernames, so you always want to verify that you have selected the correct user. Again, there are those customers who have two accounts, a taxable and a non-taxable. Make sure you have the right account. And of course, you always want to verify that you are on the correct ship to. And then also we looked at the shopping lists, and under the shopping list we found the negotiated price list and then lists that have been created. Now if you have a lot of lists, shopping lists that you've created, you can click on the More button, and it gives you, in this case, there's 29 lists that have been created, and you just find the one that you're looking for and begin to add your items to your list, and your cart, excuse me. From here we can look at again, that was the shopping list. Approvals, we talked about approvals. If you're on approval, this is where you would find the approvals under My Account. And then you can view any wish lists that are out there. So any items that you have saved to your wish list will be here. And you can easily add those to your cart. And that's added to the cart. And then we talked about line item add and order pad. And one last thing I did want to show you as related to shopping lists is the ability to maintain your shopping list. And this is just by clicking on a category, selecting a subcategory, and then just finding an item. That's one of the ways you can add an item. Of course, you can use the shop categories, you can search for the product, and any other options you choose from here. But click on the image, And once you click on the image of the product, here is where you can add items to your shopping list. You click on this and you find the list that you want to add to. So in this case, I'll add to the test. And it says here the item has been added to the test list. Whenever you want to edit your shopping list, you go into the My Account tab, go to the shopping list, find your particular list. I'll select this one here. And let's say I no longer want this item on my shopping list. I can then just click off on these items and remove the item. Now the thing to remember is that as you are wanting to remove items, that you hit the remove item. If you do not hit the remove item and you choose to delete all your items, you have then deleted your entire list. So remember, it's click on the right and remove at the bottom. If you delete all your items, that deletes the entire list. And from here, I'm going to click on my cart detail. I'm going to clear my cart because I don't want to order that product. And this ends our tutorial today on how to create orders using WAXIE Web at Work.